fucking morning. Posted from a different library, one that actually has trees and shade. I'm not going to say where it is, but I will say this. Um, they're going to be like, what's she doing with that white guy? And I thought, white guy? That was the funniest shit last night outside of the self tappers in my man's sister's fucking Acura truck. But I just want to say shout out to Dimebag Daryl for 3-3 and the other guy yesterday. And what up, Ursa season? Oh, and shout out to the scratch off guy times two. Because your boy cashed in and got some $4 headphones. Uh-huh. Know why? Because of the scratch off guy. And if I had to guess, his name was either Ramirez, Ricardo, something that started with the letter R. And he was like, when I seen him the second time that day, yesterday, he was like, scratch off guy. I was like, dude, you're like the scratch off guy. I don't know what else to say, even though he had a fucking name tag on his fucking shirt. So I'm not familiar with this area. Um, you know, could be hostile territory. Um, I'm so glad I took that do-rag off yesterday because according to chat GPP or whatever the fuck it is, yeah, that could be very inappropriate. But see, since I put a bandito on over the do-rag, I felt like it was okay. But do-rag is no more. Um, in other news, um, um, tappers, my infatuation with somebody who goes by the name of Code Veronica is based on, she looks exactly like this chick who, I don't want to say her real name, so we'll say Code Veronica the second. And just typical basic, white girl. And, hold on, crystal folk, because reasons. Um, I don't want to say too much. I've already said too much. So look, so this is what I tried to do last night, right? I was demonstrating for people. It's not panhandling. It was a demonstration of services that would be performed, all right? This is what you do. You take a kitty, right? You take your Cinedust. You put the Cinedust kitties and $50 an hour. I think it's a fair deal, right? And what's wrong with that? Uh, Now, the only caveat, look, it's like when I said proprietor. Shout out to Matt over there at Telbar Vapor, proprietor. What the fuck is this? Oh yeah, last night I did a surgery. Because if anybody remembers the surgeon on 4chan, I removed the unicorn horn from Ursa. You know, the bear, like Zodiac, who we're in Ursa season. And I gotta get some kind of glue to glue this fabric together to sew up the wound. Or maybe some like, what's the thing you use to like stitch, like stitches, whatever. Um, in case you're wondering, I'm a little bit, I had a really great night last night, all things considered. You know why? Because of a connection with someone. And it was just so dope to get my mind out of my mind. And one other thing, fabric glue, what you doing with the white guy? Paige is Sophia, the self tappers, and Dimebag Daryl fan 333. And I'll tell you what, dude, I'm gonna listen to that shit with my new bougie ass headphones. Here's the best part about these $4 headphones. So check this shit out, right? If you're like me, you don't get those stupid FA double hockey sticks, earbuds or ear pads, whatever. Get the cheapies from Amazon, connected. Then you put these over it, they're not gonna fall out. How fucking dope is that? It is so, it's so dope that my PO drug tested me and I tested positive for dope. And it's not a true story. You know, I think I had a little bit too much caffeine today. The reason is because I constructed this, and I was at my local Dollar Tree, and they sold stuff called energy. So, of course, I took it right with the Pyrex and the stove shit and cooked it up into like 10 times the energy, then 100 times the energy. And now, I'm like vibrating beyond theta if you're into like string theory. If you're not into string theory, um, what can I say? Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing either. Like the first time at the library that I go to, I went into the computer room. That's not where like people use the computers. I said, if you ever come in this room again, we're gonna take you out back and tar and feather you. It's like, whoa, 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 what the fuck? I said, we heard you listening to your rap music as you pulled into the parking lot. I was like, it wasn't me. I was listening to some Led Zeppelin, 10 Years Gone. Something that Plant said, and I can actually hear the lyrics better today. And I said, he didn't just say that. So I rewound it. Of course, I missed the part where he said it again. And I went on Google. ChatGTP said, you know what? And he said the word. It's just, what are the odds that, hold on.